Okay, we're recording. All right, so everyone can see my screen. I am logged into my Realtour account and I'm on the dashboard. So basically, this is just the home page. We call it the dashboard. So whenever you guys log into your own accounts, you're going to land on the same dashboard as me. Everybody has the same dashboard, whether you are one of our photographers, whether you're one of our title reps, or whether you're an agent. Everybody's got the same dashboard with the same products, okay? So our main products that our clients use and the ones that we're going to go through today are these first four. Our photo shoots. A lot of people book photo shoots through us, okay? They make virtual tours, which are basically single property websites that contain a virtual tour. We still call them virtual tours largely because all of our clients have been with us for so long and they just call them virtual tours, even though really it's a little mini website that features your listing. So we'll go through the virtual tour. Okay, and then typically someone is going to make an e-flyer, and like Adrian just mentioned, they're going to make an e-flyer and blast it out to the real estate community in whatever geographical area you want, and your e-flyer links to your virtual tour. So these two go together, okay? And then last but not least, we have our print material. Say you've got an open house. Maybe you've done the digital stuff, but you've got an open house and you want to create some flyers or you want to do some postcards and blast those out. And again, like Adrian said, you can use our templates and make your flyer, and then you can print them through. If you guys have your own in-house thing that's going to be more cost effective and stuff, you can do that, no problem. Okay, so these are the four products we're going to cover, and you'll see as we go through the process that once you learn how to make one product, the steps are very similar. We've kept our software as simple to use as possible because our clients just like it simple. Whenever we try to make something more slick and remove a couple steps because we think it's going to be easier, we get yelled at by people. So we've brought everything back and it's very basic and easy to use. But once you get it, you'll get it. And it's fun and you can make your own marketing material really quickly. Okay. All right. Now, before we jump into the products, there's one thing I want to mention. If you're just creating your account for the first time and you haven't done anything, when you log in, take a minute and go to my account, okay? And fill in this information. So for example, contact info. There's not a lot of fields on this page, but take a minute to fill in your contact info because this information is going to auto-populate into your templates, into your flyers, into your virtual tour, all that stuff. You only have to do it once, so do it now when you first create your account, okay? If you have any social media accounts that are specific to your real estate business, maybe you've got a YouTube channel that you use or a Facebook page that's dedicated to your real estate, you can paste those links here on social media. And again, if you do it now, it will appear on your marketing material, okay? Same thing goes for your headshots and your logos. So if I click on headshots, here are a bunch of headshots. Now you guys will see as we go through this tutorial, this is my testing account. So everything in this account is fake. All my listings are fake, all my pictures, all my headshots. I just upload stuff so I can test the software and teach you guys how to use it. Okay, you can upload as many headshots as you need to. You might have a couple versions of yourself. You might have a ping that has a transparent background and you want to upload that as well as a JPEG. You might sometimes do listings with a partner and you want to have both your headshots in there. It's no problem, okay? You can upload as many as you need. Same for logos. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of logos in here just for testing purposes, okay? So again, take a minute when you first log into your account for the first time or second time and fill in this information. It will save you time later, okay? I'm gonna click on the Realtor logo to get back to the dashboard. All right, so we are real estate agents and let's say we just got a new listing and we're really excited and we wanna get started on making some marketing materials. First stop is photo shoots. I can't stress enough how important it really is to have good quality professional photography to market your listings, okay? We have a whole fleet of professional photographers. If you have a small listing, you can get a basic photo shoot for like, I don't know, 140 bucks, 150 bucks. You might get 20 to 30 pictures. Maybe you don't need any bells and whistles. You just want still photography, but it is always worth it to book a professional photo shoot, in my opinion, okay? Because then you just get really, really good pictures to use everywhere, right? You might want to use them on your website. You can use them in all your marketing material, everything, okay? So I'm going to run through how quick and easy it is to book a photo shoot in your Realtor account. All you do is click on photo shoots. The next page is what we call the listing page. So this is where all your listings that you've already created in your Realtor account are stored. Now, as you can see, I have tons of listings. As I said, none of these are real. You may have no listings, okay? But you cannot create any products without first creating a listing. And we force you to create the listing first off because this is where we organize and store and house all of your marketing materials. So once you get rolling and have a bunch of stuff in your Realtor account, if you want to come in and find something, you're going to find it by the listing, okay? Whether you have tours, shoots, a whole bunch of flyers, a bunch of print material, everything is stored together under that listing, okay? But our listing is brand new. We haven't got a listing yet. So over here, we're going to click on Create Listing. It's the first thing you have to do. Okay, we land on the property details page. Now, this is not a scary page. There's very little stuff you have to do, right, to get through this step, but you have to fill in the fields that are underlined in green, basically just the address, because we need the address to set up the listing so we can store all your stuff, okay? So let's just make up an address. Let's just say 123 Thursday Street, okay? Because we're just doing this, it's just fake. And unfortunately, I can't do Dallas because I don't know any Dallas zip codes. I have to do an Austin zip code. It's the only one I know off by heart. Okay, so once I filled that in, I need my state and country filled in automatically. And once I filled in these required fields, I got a create listing button. Ta-da! So that means I can move forward. The system will not let you move forward until you have filled in an address. Okay, so if I'm in a rush and I'm heading out to a meeting, but I just want to get this shoot booked, I can go ahead and create listing and move on to the next step. No problem. However, if you have some extra time, look over here under optional, add more details. If I click on this, I get all the other fields with all the other information that I need to enter about my listing. How many square feet is it? What's the price? How many bedrooms? All the different property features that might exist. I can add a little headline and I can add in my description text, like a paragraph describing all the good things about my listing. Okay, just like when you first create your account and you go into my account and fill in all your information, really, if you have the time, it makes a lot of sense to fill in all this information here at the beginning because a lot of this information is going to auto-populate into your marketing materials automatically. So you don't have to do it again. You never have to do things twice in our software, right? Once you create a listing once, it'll always be there. You don't have to create it again to order a new product. Once you fill in all of your property details, you don't ever have to do it again to make a new product, okay? And also, all of these fields are editable. So you can always come in here and make edits if you need to, okay? So I'm just showing you that. Again, take a minute, fill it in. It will save you time in the future. Okay, let's close this. So to save us some time right now, we're not going to bother filling that in. We're just going to go ahead and hit Create Listing. Okay, I'm not going to save that. All right, so the very next page is going to show me all of my available photographers that service this zip code, okay? And they set themselves up by zip code because Texas is a pretty big place and the photographers are not going to drive all over the state to do various photo shoots. They're going to center on certain geographical areas. So I think I've got 4 right now in the Austin area. So I can look at each of the photographer. I can see what services they offer. They all have an availability calendar, so I can quickly see what dates they have openings. Okay, quite a few right now. I guess it's not really listing season yet. I can click on a portfolio and go through all their photos and stuff and just get an idea of what kind of stuff they do. And then I can also click on pricing and I can go through and see what packages they offer and how much it's going to cost. Okay, we're going to do Philip today because his pricing and packages are a little simpler. I don't want to overwhelm you. David is probably our biggest and best photographer, and he offers absolutely everything. So if we go through his pricing, it'll be a little overwhelming because he has everything. So for today, let's just look at Philip because his is simpler, okay? So I can see that Philip has an opening tomorrow, and that might be perfect. Great, I want to get this booked and I want to get the shoot done as quickly as possible. If I want to choose this date, I simply just click on it. That's all I have to do. The next page is going to show me in detail what Philip, the photographer's packages are and how much they cost. So he has a standard group of packages, basic 20 images, $155. Okay, so you can get a basic photo shoot for $155. Okay, and you can use those pictures in all your marketing. If I scroll down, I can see he's got some deluxe packages. They're a little bit more. He's got some twilight shoots. I believe he offers floor plans, some basic stuff like that. Okay, so I can scroll through, see what I want. When I find the item I want, I just select it. For today's tutorial, we are just going to pick the basic photo shoot because that's all we need. Okay, it's a small listing. We're happy with that. We're excited. That's all we need. Once I've ticked, I can click on continue. The next page is where I have the opportunity to give Philip, the photographer, any instructions he needs on how to access the listing. So either he's going to meet me at the property, right? Maybe there's a lockbox code and I can fill that in. Maybe the owner's going to be there so I can put in their name and number. Any other security code. Here's my contact number, and see how it auto-populated? That's because I had it filled in up here under my account. Any additional instructions I want to give to Philip, like maybe there's, maybe the owners have just done some updates on their landscaping and they really want a couple pictures of the backyard, right? Something like that. Any instructions I want to give him, I can just type it in here. When I'm good to go, I add this to the shopping cart. And that's it. So truly, once you get rolling, you can book a photo shoot in like 5 minutes or less. And a lot of our agents have a rapport or a relationship with a certain photographer, and they will book that same photographer over and over again. And depending on the listings they get, they often book the same packages over and over again. So once you get familiar with the photographer and with the packages, you can book a photo shoot really quickly. Okay, like I said, if you're heading out the door because you've got a meeting, but you've got 5 minutes and you just want to make sure you get that photo shoot booked because you need it on a certain day, you can go through this process in minutes. Okay, so we're in our shopping cart. This gives us a chance to just quickly review what we've ordered. We're booking with Philip. Here's my listing address, 123 Thursday Street. Here's the day I'm booking it for, which is tomorrow. This is the shoot I'm going for. And you'll notice here, Platinum Virtual Tour, $0. This is because with every professional photo shoot that you guys book through us, we throw in a Platinum Virtual Tour for free. Okay, it's worth $30. So that's another reason why you should book a photo shoot. Not only do you get amazing pictures, you get a free virtual tour that you can show off all those pictures in. You get it for free. Pretty much as we go through this, you'll see that all of our products, any product you buy, you get to use something for free. You know what I mean? And we'll go through that as we go. But that's all you do. Once you pay for it, the shoot is officially booked. It goes into Philip's schedule. You'll get an order confirmation email. You're good to go. Once Philip has done the photo shoot and uploaded the pictures into your account, okay, so you heard that correctly, Philip will upload your pictures into your Realtour account. He's able to do that because we built a back end for our photographers to use. Their whole scheduling system, the uploading and managing of media is all done in their Realtour accounts. And we do this because historically, do you guys remember the days, and maybe this is still happening for some people, where a photographer would take your photos and then they would have to get them to you and they would have to send them in a zipped folder that people just couldn't figure out how to unzip. This is the old days. They might send you a Dropbox link. And for some people, that's great, no problem. But some people are like, oh my God, I can't, how do I do this? Anyway, so to make everyone's life easier, the photographer and the agent, we created a back end where Philip, the photographer, once he's got the pictures finished, edited, good to go, he uploads them into his back end, hits one button, and the pictures then get dumped into your Realtour account and your virtual tour gets created. Okay, so you don't have to do any of that. And then when that happens, our system will send you an email saying, hey, your pictures are ready. You can log into your account and look at them. Okay, so that's one little thing I like to always mention. It just makes everybody's life easier. Now I'm going to hit delete so we don't accidentally book a photo shoot. If you ever put anything in your shopping cart and it's a mistake, you always get a delete button next to each product. Okay, my cart is empty. I'm going to go back to my dashboard page. All right, also guys, if you have any questions, feel free to just holler and interrupt me. It's no problem. Otherwise, you can ask questions at the end as well. And even if you think of something later, you can fire me an email or something and ask me a question. So just so you know that. All right, let's say we've got our photo shoot ordered. We're good to go. Next up, we want to learn how to make a virtual tour. Okay, I'm going to click on virtual tours. Again, I'm landing on the listing page. Just like with the photo shoots, I land on the listing page first. You'll notice here's that listing I just made, 123 Thursday Street, okay? It doesn't have any marketing material yet because our photo shoot isn't done yet and we haven't made a flyer or a virtual tour. If I want to make my virtual tour under options, I can click on create tour, okay? If I'm here and I don't have the listing created, I can just click on create listing. This is my chance to tell you, you do not have to use our photographers to use our marketing products. If you have your own pictures, maybe you have your own professional photographer that you like to use, that's no problem. A lot of our agents still will go out and take their own pictures, and that's fine too. You have the opportunity in all our products to upload your own photography, okay? So don't ever feel like, well, I don't want to use their photographers. I guess I can't use Realtour at all. Not the case. You can use your own photography, okay? All right, so to save us some time, instead of doing everything from scratch with our new listing, I'm going to choose one of my test listings that already has content in it. I'm going to use this one, 111 Main Street. Under options, I'm going to click on edit the tour just so we can get into the back end of the tour and go through all the steps. All right. First thing I always tell people when we're in the back end of any of our products, we have a navigation bar that stretches across the top of the page. All of our products have this, so you'll get familiar with it. We built it so that people can jump around in the process. Some of the features are optional, and you may not want to bother with them. You might want to fill in your listing details, upload some pictures, and jump right to the shopping cart. Totally fine. You don't have to use all the extra goodies if you don't want to, okay? Similarly, if you get to the end and look at a proof and realize you made a mistake or you want to add some additional photos, you can then jump right back to the beginning and add extra photos or fix a typo that you noticed in your property details, okay? So that is the navigation bar. Let's start at the beginning on property details. So this is the same page that we saw earlier when we booked our photo shoot and we just entered the address and then hit create listing. This is what the page looks like when you have all the stuff filled in. I've already uploaded pictures, so I get a little feature picture up here at the top. I filled in all my fields, and down at the bottom, I've added a little headline, and I've got my little property description, okay? This information is gonna auto-populate into the front end of my virtual tour. But just because I filled it in, I can come back at any time. See how I mouse over? These fields are live. I can come back at any time and make edits if I need to. Even once the virtual tour is paid for and published, even after you've posted it on the MLS, you've added it to your website, it doesn't matter. The beauty of digital is that you can come back at any time, make edits. The next time someone clicks to watch your tour, they're going to see the most recent updates that you've just made, okay? So unlike print stuff where, oh my God, we've got a price change and we just made a bunch of flyers, we have to go back and physically make new flyers and print them again. Digital, the beauty of digital is you don't have to do that. Okay, anytime you make a change, there's going to be a save button. You'll hit save so you'll know it's happened. Okay, property details. Next up is media. We used to just call this the photos page, but over the years, that has changed. Historically, people used to just upload some still photography and away they go. But now people have panoramas, they have videos, they have Matterport tours, they have Zillow walkthrough tours, they have aerial flyover drone stuff. Everybody's got everything now. So we've called this the media page, okay? Now you'll notice on my media page, I've got little thumbnails of all my still pictures. So we always auto default to just photos because that's still what the bulk of our clients use. Now, if I booked a photo shoot with Philip, my photographer, once he's published and uploaded all my pictures, I can come into my virtual tour and all my pictures are sitting here waiting for me, okay? Just like you're looking at now. But as I said, you don't have to use our photographers. You can come in, purchase a virtual tour, and when you land on the media page, this is going to be empty. And on the drop down next to photos, you can upload your own images, okay? And then they'll appear here like little thumbnails, just like this. And I think you can upload up to like 150 images. Not that you'd ever want that many in a virtual tour or listing, probably, but you can upload a lot of images, okay? Another thing, you can also download these images. So if you've booked a photo shoot with us and Philip has uploaded your images, then sure, the images are stored in your Realtor account, but they're not saved on your own computer, right? They're just housed and stored in your Realtour account. You might want to download the pictures so that you can use them in other marketing stuff. Maybe you've got an in-house graphic designer who's going to make you some flyers, or maybe you've got a signage company making a big sign and you want to send them, some of the pictures to you. So you can download them, and your MLS too. If you want to download the pictures at whatever size your MLS allows, you've got these 5 different sizes. You can download a folder, zip folder of all your pictures, okay? Okay. The order that we see the pictures here, this is the order they're going to appear in our single property website / virtual tour. This is picture number 1. If I don't want this to be picture number 1, I can just change the order by clicking on it and moving them around. Super easy, right? I can do that with all of these. I can delete any that I don't want. Sometimes people will upload pictures that they've taken on their phone and they're rotated the wrong way. So there's a little rotate button. If you want to download an individual picture, there's a little download button. So you can download an individual picture. You'll also notice when I mouse over, there's a caption option. If I want to add caption text to the pictures, maybe I want to call out something fabulous in this one specific picture, I just click on caption. I get a little pop-up with a little, subject field. Hello. Look at and I'm a terrible typist, so bear with me. Look at the beautiful windows, like whatever you're going to type in here, right? Oh my God, terrible typist. Okay, and you can add a caption to every picture. You can add a caption to just a handful. You don't have, it's not an all or nothing. If I want to do another one, I can go next image. Oh, I don't want to do this one, next image. And when I'm done, I can just close. Okay, it's just a pop-up window. You can open up captions anytime you want, come back in, correct the text. Maybe you noticed a typo. It's all good. Okay, so that's a little option you can do if you want to call out something specific in one of your pictures. Okay, so that's basically it for your still photography. If I go into my drop-down menu, in addition to still photographies, I can upload panos, and I think I have a few in here. Panos are really old school, right? They predate all the, walkthrough tours and all that drone footage, all that stuff. But we still have a handful of clients who like to use them. They're basically when a photographer takes a 360-degree view of the property, of a room, all that stuff. So if you still like using them, no problem. You can upload your panos here. They will appear in your virtual tour. It's all good, okay? So that's panos. Videos, I don't think I have a video here, but if you take a video on your phone, you can upload that video file here. If your photographer has done video and uploaded them, the video that the photographer's taken is going to show up in here, right? There'll be a little thumbnail and you can watch it in here. Matterport, if you've hired someone to do a Matterport tour for you, especially if it's one of our photographers, the link and everything will be here on this page. If you have your own Matterport tour that you hired someone to do, you just need the link from them and you can paste it, copy and paste it into this page right here, and then it will be embedded into your virtual tour. Custom links. So some of our photographers do Zillow tours, right? So we created a custom link where they can come in and upload a link to their Zillow tour. Now you can put a link to anything in here if you want. Not all websites will allow you to embed a link to something that they've created into your virtual tour. If that's the case, you'll get a little warning. You can always copy and paste it and hit save, and it might say, nope, this won't embed, and then you just can't use it. That's not up to us. That's up to, people protecting their property and not wanting all of us to just take it and post it wherever we want. Okay, so fair enough. But you can add custom links like Zillow tours. Floor plans. Maybe you have a floor plan. A lot of our photographers do floor plans. So if they've done the floor plan for you, when you come into your account, it's going to be sitting here waiting for you if you want. If you have your own floor plan, a JPEG, a PDF, whatever you want, you can upload it here and a little thumbnail will show up right here of your floor plan. And then again, I have the opportunity to upload my headshots and logos because maybe I forgot to do it when I created my account. It's all good. So again, you'll see there are many different ways to get the same results, right? If you forget to do something in the beginning, it's okay. You can always do it during the process, all right? Okay, that's the media page. Next up is the map page. The map page is super easy. It is literally a Google map, and we have put a little marker for where your listing address is. So 111 Main Street, there it is. But just in case, all you have to really do on this page is make sure your marker's in the right place. If it's not, because Google does not always get it right, sometimes your listing is in a new subdivision that hasn't been indexed or whatever mapped out by Google and your little marker's in the wrong place. If that happens, just click on the little marker and just shift it. Maybe it's supposed to be here. shift it to where it's supposed to be. That's it. That's all you have to do on this page, okay? Just a Google map. If you need to zoom out, zoom in, you can do that, okay? All good. Floor plans. This is optional. Not everybody has a floor plan, okay? If you do and you uploaded it on the media page, it's going to show up here with all of my listing photos next to it. If I want to, I can further illustrate my beautiful floor plan by dragging and dropping pictures and putting them. Here's a living room picture. I'm going to put it there. When I let go of it, it turns into a little camera icon. And when I click on the camera icon, I can see the picture. Okay, so we'll go through this when we look at the front end of the tour. We're in the back end of the tour. So I can drag and drop as many pictures over as I want, or none at all. Maybe I don't want to, maybe I want people to just look at the floor plan and just see the floor plan and not have pictures. Okay, and again, if you don't have floor plans, you can skip this step. Okay, flyer. Oops. Okay, if you have already made some flyers for this listing, who knows? Maybe you got this listing a month ago and all you wanted to do in the beginning was to create some flyers for it. You had no intention of doing a virtual tour or anything else. You started off with the flyers. If that's the case, then you're going to see the flyers that you've made for this listing sitting here. Now I have a bunch, right? Because this is a test account. If I want one of my flyers to be associated with the tour so that someone looking at the tour can click on it and download a PDF of it, I can just simply grab the one I want, drag and drop it over here, and you get to have one flyer associated with it. Okay, what's more likely to happen is that I'm going to land on this page and I haven't done my flyer yet because I'm starting with my virtual tour. That's totally fine. If you want, you can exit the virtual tour, jump into eFlyers, make an eFlyer, jump back to virtual tour, and it'll be sitting here. Or we can just leave this for now and carry on and come back later after I've made my eFlyer, right? Because remember, the virtual tour updates instantly in real time. So you can always add something after. Okay, that's the flyer. Branding. So we give you guys just, and I apologize, my system's a little slow. It's always a bit slow when we're on a webinar. Branding. We give you a few little options to brand your single property website virtual tour so that it matches your marketing material and all that other stuff, right? So for example, what we're looking at here is the contact section of the single property website. And we're just showing you this so you can test out different colors and fonts. This is what the bottom of your website looks like. It's the contact section. So these are the different colors if I want to change the background. And if I click on, let's click on gray, it'll change it right here in front of me. So I can see, oh, I like that or I don't like that. Same with your fonts. If you choose a different font, whatever, let's choose this one, it'll change it right here in front of me. So I can see if I like it or don't like it. Okay, a few other options we give you is the opportunity to either show all of your other Realtour listings or hide them. Okay, so let's say you have 4 or 5 other listings in your Realtour account and you're thinking, you know what? Even though this single property website is focused on my one listing, when people scroll down to the bottom of my virtual tour, they might as well see my other 4 or 5 listings. Why not? It's just further advertising. Or if you want people to stay focused on this one listing, just tick this, hide the other listings, okay? You also have the option of displaying 1 agent or 2 agents, okay? So you can tick 1 or 2. And then I've noticed right here, you'll notice right here, my headshot and my logo are already sitting here waiting for me. Again, this is because when I first made my account, I uploaded my headshot and logo and all my contact information. So here it is, headshot, logo, all my contact information. But if I didn't do that, don't worry about it. You can do it here. You can change the headshot. If I didn't have a headshot, this would say add a headshot, right? You click on this, you get a pop-up with all your headshots, choose the one you want, or hide the headshot. Maybe you don't want your headshot showing up. That's fine, you can tick to hide it. Same with your logos. Same with your contact information. Here it is, but these fields are editable. So if I want to change something in this field or add the information for the first time, I can do that here as well, okay? So this is just some basic branding you can do to make your tour match the rest of your brand or anything you want, okay? All right, next up is SEO. For anybody who's not familiar with SEO, it just stands for search engine optimization. So a search engine like Google, right? People can hide keywords in their websites, in their virtual tours, so that when someone goes into a search engine like Google and searches for something like maybe a 4-bedroom house, Austin, close to school, swimming pool, If you have those keywords added to the back end of your website or your virtual tour, there's a much better chance that your information is going to show up on that search results page. Okay? This is optional. You don't have to do this, but really it takes like 30 seconds to type in some keywords that are relevant to your listing. And to make your life easier, this field here, this is the property detail paragraph that you had back here on your property details page. We've populated it here just in case you need, ooh, there's a spelling mistake in there. Just in case you need help remembering what keywords I put in my paragraph, maybe I should put those up here. So you can type these in here. You can add as many as you want, and then anytime you make a change, just hit update, okay? So it's pretty easy, and you never know, it might make the difference between someone finding your listing when they're on Google or whatever other search engine they're using. Music. Bear with me, guys, we're almost done virtual tours. Music is optional. When someone first lands on your single property website, they get a still slideshow at the top of the page. There's no music that plays, okay? But embedded within your virtual tour, or I should say single property website, is an actual virtual tour. The virtual tour is that older media where the slideshow moves, the pictures move, there's a little transition between each still picture, there's music playing in the background, all that stuff, okay? Some people love them, some people just can't be bothered. They just want to click through a slideshow next, 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 and view the pictures. We give the option of both to keep everybody happy, okay? If you want there to be music playing in the background as they're going through the moving slideshow, this is where you can select it. So each of these plays music. You won't be able to hear it because I've got a headset on, but I can hear it. If you find one you like, you just tick the one you like. If you don't want any music at all, just tick no music, okay? It's as simple as that. All right, so looking back up at our navigation bar, we have gone through all of these. Next up is preview, okay? I'm gonna hit, actually I'm not gonna hit preview because I don't want it to load slowly. When you click on preview, you're gonna get an actual preview of your virtual tour. Now this is huge because I've got it stretching across my massive screen. So I'm gonna bring it in here a little smaller because this is more, this is more what you guys are going to see. It's gonna be more like this size. I've got so many things open. I don't want to close anything. Okay, so this is our chance to have a front end view of our virtual tour, so we can see what it's going to look like from the front, or from the front view when a client is on there looking at it. Okay, this is not live yet, so don't panic. This is your chance to go through and give it a test, make sure all the links work, make sure the pictures look the way you want, make sure there's no spelling mistakes, and let's go through and see how it looks. So at the top, I've got my little headline that I added. I've got my address, the price, here's my contact information. I've got tabs where I can jump to all the different sections, or I can just scroll down. So at the top, we start off with just a basic slideshow, okay? So I can just go next, 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 go through all my beautiful pictures. If I have any captions, they're gonna show up here on top of the picture. If I scroll down, here are the pictures again in a gallery. If I click on these ones, then they open up full size. So when they're in the slideshow, the pictures could lose a bit of the top and bottom depending on the size of someone's browser window, right? If someone is viewing this at like, 16:9, big wide browser, you're gonna get, the pictures will fit their browser so the presentation looks nice, but you might lose a bit of the top and the bottom. So in the gallery, when you click on an individual picture, you get the full picture. And again, you can just go through a slideshow of these. And if I have captions, they're gonna show up on here. Okay, so let's close that. So there's all my pictures, beautiful. Scroll down, here's the property details section. So it's a good thing I filled in all that information because here it is, looks lovely. You'll notice there is a forward to a friend option. We did not have to set this up in the back end. This is something that we just put in there automatically. So if someone is looking at your tour and they really like it and they think it might be perfect for someone, or they want to send it to their partner, or I want to send it to my sister because I know she, is looking for a house, I can just put in their name, put in their email, type a message, hit send, and then whoever I'm sending it to is going to get a link to watch the virtual tour. Okay, here's that Zillow walkthrough tour that I had as a custom link. Notice how it's embedded in my virtual tour, so I can actually click in here and go right through the actual tour without having to leave my single property website. Same thing if you have a Matterport tour and you've got the link in the back end, you can upload that link onto the media page. It will show up here in the body of your single property website, which is kind of cool. Scroll down, here's my location. Again, Google Map, okay? And we use Google Maps so that people can move around. There's my property, but I can move around and I can zoom out if I'm like, oh, well, what's around that listing? Oh, great, there's a restaurant and a coffee shop and it's next to an outdoor area, all right? So it's a Google Map. Everybody pretty much knows how to use Google Maps, so that's why we use it. Further down, floor plans. This is, and I have a terrible picture here. It's kind of blurry, but anyway, your floor plans are going to be beautiful because you're going to hire a professional to do them. Anyway, if you wanted to use your floor plan, it's going to show up here, okay? If you added pictures, they're going to show up here and you can click on the little cameras and they'll pop up, okay? I have 3 floor plans. You probably just have 1, but anyway, optional if you've got it. Scroll down to the bottom and here is my contact section. And this was the area that we were looking at on the branding page. Now, if I had ticked the box to show the rest of my listings, they would show up between the floor plan and here. I could look at all of those, but I chose to hide mine. So I've got my little contact section, okay? So here is my single property website. Now, I'm on the preview page and this opened up a new tab. So if I want to jump back into the back end to add some more pictures, maybe change the order, fix a typo that I noticed in one of my captions, I can just close this and jump right back to where I was, and I'm right back on the music page. Because when I clicked preview, I didn't go to a new page. I just clicked preview and a new tab popped up. So I'm back in the back end and I can use the navigation bar to jump back to the property details page, add some more information, jump ahead to media, maybe delete a couple pictures, maybe add some captions, whatever I need to do, okay? And then I can click on preview again and it's going to show me the latest version. Any edits I just did, it's going to show them to me here, okay? Let's close, let's go back. All right, as I said, we're almost done, bear with me. Next up is links. This is where we house and store the links that you're going to need to share your virtual tour wherever you want to share it, okay? So once you've paid for your virtual tour, the links will become live and you can access them here. If you've booked a photo shoot like we did with Philip, because we are smart real estate agents and we want our pictures to look good, I get the free Platinum Virtual Tour, so my links are already sitting here and they're already live when I want to use them. And we provide you guys with a branded link and an unbranded. So again, it depends what you want to use, depends on your MLS rules and stuff. I'm gonna make this bigger. We also give you, a link to just the slideshow, okay? If you just want to do that. Some people just want the virtual tour. They maybe don't want the entire presentation in the single property website. They just want that moving virtual tour with the music and the transitions, all that stuff. You can copy a link to just the slideshow and send that to whoever. If you have a website and maybe you've got a web developer and you want to embed these tours, virtual single property websites into your website, you can get the embed code here, okay? And you can get the link for all your tours here as well, okay? So these are the basic links. You can also buy a domain name if you want. So you'll notice right now, this is the domain name. It says vtour, realtor.biz, and then the address. Some people don't like that. They want a custom domain name. They might want a domain name that doesn't have this junk in it, that just has www.111mainstreet.com, something like that. You can do that if you want, okay? It's an extra $20. So if I want that, I would click on domain name. I would type in the name that I want, like 111mainstreet.com, and then check to see if it's available. If it's available, I have the option of ordering it for $19.95. It'll put it in the shopping cart. I can pay for it and then it's mine and I can use it. But honestly, I think for the most part, a lot of these links are pasted and you access the tour by clicking on a button that says view my virtual tour. So they're not actually going to see this link. Most people are going to click on a button that says view tour and they never know what the link looks like, and there you go. But you never know. You might have a really exclusive, fabulous listing and you want to offer your client the full package and you want a custom domain. You can do it right here on this page. Okay. Next up is a QR code. That's what these little guys look like, okay? These were really big several years ago and everybody was QR code, everything. Not everybody's using them anymore, but that's okay. We still provide it because it's easy for us to create a custom, unique QR code that if someone scans this with their phone, the virtual tour is going to play, okay? So if you want the QR code, it's free. You just click on download QR code and you'll get a JPEG of this and you can use it anywhere you want. Maybe you want to send it to your signage company. They're going to put it big on the sign so when someone is driving by or walking by, they can hold their phone up, scan that code, and they'll get the virtual tour on their phone. Okay? YouTube. If you want to, now I've already done it, so my little video's here. I should probably regenerate it because it's been a few months since the holidays. If you want to post your virtual tour onto YouTube, maybe you have your own YouTube channel, like I said, with your own real estate specific stuff, or if you just want to post it to our Realtour YouTube channel, you can do that. Again, this is totally free. There'll be, when you come here for the first time, there'll just be a button where you can just click a button. It takes, depends how long your tour is. It can take an hour. It can be quick to generate the video, and then it's here. And then you can copy the link and send it to people, or you can go to YouTube, search for your listing address, and it'll pop up, and then you can watch it on YouTube. Custom link. So remember on the media page, I uploaded a Zillow tour in my custom link because I have a photographer who did it for me. If I want the link to just the Zillow tour, so I can send it to people and I don't want it to be embedded, I don't want them to see the entire virtual tour, the single property website, I just want them to get the Zillow tour, here's the link. So you can just get that link on this page as well and send it out, okay? Last but not least, statistics. Every Monday, we send you guys an email with your listing statistics. So if you have one listing with us, if you have 15, it doesn't matter. You will get an email with a link, one link for each of your listings so you can check your stats. And the stats is just when you've made marketing materials like an e-flyer or virtual tour, the stats will show you how many people have interacted with that media. So if you're doing a virtual tour, you get to see how many people have watched it, how many people have clicked on things within it, how many people watched it again, that kind of stuff, right? So you can take it or leave it. Statistics can be funny things. Sometimes it can look like you didn't get that many hits, but it was a really targeted e-flyer blast. And so, you got the exact results you wanted. You can choose to send the statistics report to your client if you want, right? So for example, if I want to send this to my client, Bob, I just put Bob's name, Bob's email, and hit add. And then every Monday that this particular listing is live and active, Bob's going to get that stats report. But like I said, you may not want Bob to see the stats report because it might look like you didn't get that many hits, but really you got the exact hits you wanted and you don't need Bob going, how come there were only, 200 clicks on this particular link? So again, it's optional. And once you have sold your property, you can set your listing to inactive in your account and then you won't get these stats reports anymore. Okay? All right. Guess what? We just finished going through the virtual tour. Everybody take a deep breath and relax. And as I said, there's a lot of bells and whistles in here. We have a lot of clients who will literally upload still imagery and then jump right to the shopping cart. Now, I don't have a shopping cart button because this tour I got for free from my photographer. If I didn't use a Realtour photographer and I have to pay for the virtual tour, that's fine. I would upload my own pictures, do whatever I want, and then there would be an add to shopping cart. I'd click on that, pay for it, and then all my links would go live and everything else, okay? So that is the virtual tour. Let's go back to our dashboard, and I need a sip of coffee. One sec. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay. So in this SEO section,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people use the pixels from Facebook or the trackers. Does it have that in there to see if we can
No.
track where the user goes?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe we have that. That's a question I can put to my programmer. I can remember him talking about that. Again, I'm not a
Hmm.
programmer. I like deal with clients and front end interfaces and stuff. He's the expert on all that, but I will that is very familiar to me. I remember him going on about that. So I will ask
Okay.
him if we can put that in
Yeah,
or
it'd be
maybe
interesting to know if we can put that in, or if
yeah, or
there's a way for me to track if somebody like came to my virtual tour
yeah,
and they ended up on my Facebook or they ended up on my, real estate website. That
totally.
that data is important to me.
I agree. And you know what? Maybe it already is in there and I just don't know that. Or I've
Okay,
forgotten. But I'll ask
awesome.
Carl. I'll ask Carl,
No
my
worries.
programmer. Okay,
Okay.
are there any other questions, you guys, about ordering a photo shoot or a virtual tour? And you can ask me later if you want. Okay, well, let's jump ahead. The next
I'm
product,
sorry.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Is this a different app? I was thinking that I was First American app.
No, it's not a First American app. We do work with First American.
Also, to work to do all these works and the videos, I need to go into Realtour app.
Yeah, yeah. So you would go to the Realtour website and you can create an account, and accounts with Realtour are free. I should mention
Oh,
that. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up, create an account. You only pay for the products that you use.
oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah. And
Yeah.
if you sign up with us and you're through Adrian, you get a 25% discount as well.
Okay, sounds
Ex
good.
yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
yes, except, and unfortunately, except on photography. And that's because our photographers are not direct employees of Realtour. They're all contract freelance photographers. They work for all different companies and stuff, and they set their own prices and create their own packages. We don't control, what they're gonna, sell their stuff for. So we can't give you a discount on photography, but you'll get a 25% discount on a virtual tour, on all your e-flyer blasts, and any print material that you make, and any graphic designing, anything that we offer other than photography. You guys, through Adrian, get a 25% discount. Okay?
Oh,
Correct.
thank you.
Yeah. And I like to piggyback too. Like Jana is such a great help. Anytime there's clients that are stuck or anything like that, she hops in and fixes the issue, right? Or tends to it. So customer service is fantastic. She's always there, available
Yeah.
to help, which is great.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jana.
exactly. Exactly, guys. And I mean, Michael Landon, who started Realtor, he mans the site 24/7. So if I'm not there and you need help, and it can be the smallest thing, it doesn't matter. Fire off an email to us and Michael will answer you, or I'll answer you. And it's like, oh, no, no, just do this. And don't ever be afraid to ask. Like once you get the hang of it, our software is so easy to use. Like I said, we've kept it really simple because we found over the years that's what our clients want. Whenever we try to like streamline things, or they remove extra steps like hitting save. We did that for a while and we just had the system auto save everything you did. People hated it. We thought they'd love not having to click one extra time, but we discovered no, because they lost confidence that their information had been saved. They wanted a physical button to click on. So we've kept everything really simple. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We're always here, okay? Okay, the next product we're going to go through are e-flyers. This is our biggest selling product. A lot of our clients only use us for e-flyers, and that's totally fine. You do not have to use all of our products if you don't want to. Like I said, some of our clients have their own photographers. They maybe make virtual tours with a different company. It doesn't matter. If you just want to use us for e-flyers, that's totally fine. Like I said, it's our most popular, biggest selling product. We've had our database of agents for 20 years. So it's constantly evolving. It's very up to date. Pretty much everybody on that database wants to be there. Okay, we get requests for people, can you sign me up to your database? They can unsubscribe anytime they want. So sending out an e-flyer is a great way to reach other agents in the real estate community. Okay, all right, so let's just say we are ready to do an e-flyer blast and announce our listing to the real estate world. I'm going to click on e-flyers. And again, this should look familiar. I land on my listings page, right? You'll notice that on the listings page, we have two columns. So on the left, these are my active listings that already have an e-flyer blast, okay? So we separate these so that if you ever want to reblast, under options, wait, oh, I have to go to edit. Sorry. So you can either do a reblast, because some people will say, okay, I've got this listing. I'm going to do a marketing program over 4 weeks. And I'm going to create an e-flyer and I'm going to blast it out once a week for 4 weeks in a row. You might want to come in here, find the listing that you already did the blast, open up the same flyer and blast it out again. Maybe you want to open up that flyer and just tweak it a bit. Maybe you want to make 4 different flyers. Okay, either way, they're all housed under your listing, and if you've already blasted it out once, it's going to be over here. That's how we organize them. These ones are also active listings, but you haven't yet sent out the e-flyer. Maybe you've started the flyer and just didn't finish it. That's fine. Some people will come in and make 4 or 5 flyers and then only blast out one of them, right? Okay. And again, if we are coming here and our listing is new and we have not booked a photo shoot, we've not made a virtual tour, our listing is not in the system yet, I'm going to click on create listing and start from scratch. And as I said, a lot of our clients only use us for e-flyers. So this is exactly what they're going to do. Click on create listing. Okay. But to save us a bit of time, we're going to go back into our 111 Main Street because it's already got imagery and all the property details. Okay. Next to options, what I'm going to choose is create new. I don't want to edit an existing. I want to create new so we can go through the process from the beginning. So I'm going to create new. It's dumping me into the template library. The reason it's doing that is because I've already done the property details. I already have existing flyers. It's just taking me here to save me some time. Let's go back to the beginning. Once again, I have got a navigation bar that I can jump around in the process. With e-flyers, there aren't really a lot of extra bells and whistles, so to speak. So for the most part, you are going to go through each step. But if you get to the end and you need to fix something, you can just jump right back to property details and fix it, and then jump back to the end. Okay? Same property details we saw before, because we're in that same listing that we just did the virtual tour. So remember when I said, once you create your listing once, you don't have to do it again. Just because you're making a different product, we don't make you set up the listing and upload the pictures again. That would just be a huge waste of time and it's annoying. So we're in the same listing. Here's all my stuff. Great. Next up, I'm going to click on existing e-flyers. Now, if this is my first e-flyer and I've just made the listing, I'm not going to have any existing e-flyers, okay? But I've got a bunch. These are also divided into the ones that have been sent and the ones that exist in my account, but I haven't sent them yet. Under options for the ones I've sent, and if I mouse over, I can see it nice and big, I can resend it. So if I click on resend, it will just take me to the distribution. I have the opportunity to make any edits to it if I want, or send it out to a different area. I can edit this further. I can delete this out of my account. I can also download a PDF of it if I want, okay? The reason you get to download a PDF is because when you blast out an e-flyer, you get to use our print creator for free, okay? So just like I said, when you book a photo shoot, you get a free virtual tour. If you send out an e-flyer, you get to use our print creator for free. And it's not just to make these little 8.5 by 11 flyers. You can make anything in our print creator and you'll get to download the PDF of it for free. Okay, so a lot of people will make an e-flyer and then they don't want to then go in and make another flyer in the print material. They just want to download a PDF of that e-flyer. So we do that for you. And it's right, well, it's in a few different places, but it's here. Okay, over here on the right, these are all my flyers that maybe I started and just didn't finish. For whatever reason, maybe I'm waiting on the client to get back to me on the exact price they want to list for, but I wanted to get that flyer ready to go. And now I'm waiting for Bob to call me and say, yep, let's go with that price. I can make my marketing materials anytime I want, and they will be stored and saved in my account. Nobody is going to delete it unless I physically click delete. And even if that happens, there are cases where you can call me in a panic and I can get Carl, my programmer, to resurrect it from the dead. Not always, but sometimes he can go in and pull things back up if you accidentally delete them. Okay, don't tell Carl I told you that. And you can also edit these further. Okay, but for today, we're going to start from scratch with a new one. So we're going to go to the template library, which is where we were before. We have hundreds of templates. And this is largely because we've been around for a really long time. And we have clients who have been with us from day one and they still love the old templates that we made 15 plus years ago. I have tried over the years to delete old-timey templates that I don't think look very good anymore. And sure enough, an agent will call me in a panic and then yell at me for deleting it. And I have to load it back into the library. So I swear, I would love to clean up our library and reduce the number of templates, but some of our most loyal clients love them. And that's why we're
Please
keeping them
don't
for
delete
everybody.
them. Please don't delete them. I'm one of those. I'll tell you, I've been using the same template.
Yep.
The reason I do it is because my clients get to know who I am.
Yes.
It's like a branding piece, right? So
Yes.
they know my flyer is exactly, it'll have the same header, it'll have the same, it'll have the front of the property right there, exactly the way I want it. I don't care if there's like 10,000 different designs there, but I want my design, because
No,
that's my piece.
you're exactly right. Brand recognition is a huge thing. And you are in good company because the majority of our clients use the same one or two templates for all their listings. So that brings me to over here on the left, you'll notice we have all these different categories, okay? So you can scroll through them. So for example, styles and themes, I can open that up and I could click on, ooh, open house. I want, or luxury, I've got a luxury listing. If I tick on luxury listing, the system's gonna show me the templates that are designed for luxury listings. And if I wanna be more specific, I can also open up color and select, oh, I want it to be black. Now the system's going to show me just these 5 luxury black themed templates, okay? So you can search through, I'm going to just close these back to where we were. You can search through all the different things we have. We have open house ones, we have landscape ones, we have ones that are more contemporary, we have ones that feature families or retired couples. You can search by color if you want it to match your branding. Maybe you've got a listing that's in a specific city and you want a little city background. You can do that as well. We have a holiday themed ones too, Christmas, blah, blah, blah. If you want to show by number of image. So we have some templates that have 0 image fields. It's just a text field. So you can type an announcement in there. Or maybe you just want to feature 1 image. Maybe you want, 3 images, 6 images. You can also do number of listings. So if you have 4 listings and you want to send out a flyer advertising all 4, you can tick 4 and you'll see the templates that feature those 4. Maybe you're planning to do an open house with another agent and you want to showcase 3 listings and she's going to showcase 3. You could choose 6 listings. The 2 of you can upload all your stuff, send out an e-flyer blast to whoever you want or download a PDF of it, whatever you want to do, okay? Unselect that. Same with number of agents, home and garden, newsletters that already have information in them. We have all these different categories. But, oh, also we have a blank, before I move on, we have a blank template. This is an extremely popular template. It is empty. This is for people who already have a finished flyer in either JPEG or PDF form. Maybe they made it themselves using Canva. Maybe they've got an in-house marketing department that is going to produce the flyer for them. No problem. Tons of people will upload their finished flyer. They'll choose the blank template, either portrait or landscape, and that's what they'll use, as long as your finished flyer is 8.5 by 11. So right now, our templates are all 8.5 by 11, and we did this so that people can download a PDF of it. And a standard PDF that you want to print is going to be 8.5 by 11. Okay? If you want to print them at home on your own printer, if you want to send them to Kinko's and you don't want to worry about them getting cropped and trimmed because it's a weird size, we just make it 8.5 by 11 to make your lives easier. Okay, now favorites. At the very top is a favorites category. And this is because everybody uses the same 1 or 2 templates, okay? And to make your life easier, once you've used a template, even once, we will put that template in your favorites category. Now I have a lot. Most people will have 2 showing here because they use the same 2. And just to save you the time of having to navigate this and find that template, it's sitting here. So underneath it, you can just select it and away you go, okay? So for example, you only have 2 options under these little thumbnails. One is to preview it at a bigger size. So this is just full of fake information. The preview does not auto-populate with all of your information. That would be too hard to do because a lot of people haven't filled in their information at this point. So we just show you a larger view of what your template could look like once you have filled in all the information. Okay, if you're happy with that template, you can just click on select. Now give the system a second. It's always a little slow on webinar, but it's going to create my template for me. Okay, so it's just taken me from the library and dumped me into the edit template page. Here's the template I just chose, okay? And when I scroll up and down, other than the image fields, there's a lot of information in here, right? It's auto-populated already. Over here on the left, I've got the photo, we just call this the photo bucket. It has all of my listing images that were already uploaded because I've used this listing before when I made the virtual tour, or I booked a photo shoot and the photographer has uploaded the images from his back end. They'll show up here in the e-flyer, or, and you'll notice under the options menu, the default is always photos. I can upload my own images. Okay, so again, if you haven't booked a photo shoot with us, if you didn't make a virtual tour, you have your own photography, you can upload them right here into the eFlyer backend. You can also download the images here. Maybe the photographer did them for you. You can delete them all, whatever you need to do. This is where your pictures are. You'll notice over here on the right, we have big green image fields. They just say drag and drop your image here. That is all you have to do. Click on the image you want, drag it, and let go. Okay, and it shows up. Now, it's not the right size because I haven't hit save, but I'm going to scroll down and just drag and drop images into my fields. Here we go. This is how I want it to look. Okay, it looks a bit wonky. When I hit save, the system is going to render this template right in front of me, and it's going to size all the images so they look beautiful and they're all lined up. Okay, look how easy that was to do. Drag and drop. If I want to change a picture, each picture field has a little delete. I can click that, or I can just grab a new picture and drag it right over top of the other one. Hit save, it's going to render it right in front of me. You do not have to leave this page to view the changes you make. Our system is going to make the changes right here in front of you. Okay, if for some reason there's an image field that I don't want on here, here's my headshot. Here's the QR code that we put in there for you. Here's my logo. Maybe I don't want a QR code for whatever reason. There's a little X button. I can delete that. So that removes, again, it's rendering, that removes the QR code. Now it's just an image field. I could drag another picture over, or maybe I have a second logo that I want to use. I could drag that over. Maybe I don't want anything here at all. You'll notice there's still a delete button. I can actually delete the image field itself, and then I just have the nice background color. Now it looks messy here. It says restore the image field. So if I want to bring that back, I just click the plus sign. But when we look at the proof, this will be gone and it will just be that nice black background. Okay, so that's how you deal with the images. Next up is text. So most of my text fields are already filled out. My address is filled in, right, because it took it from the property details. I chose a template that didn't have a paragraph description. If I had chosen one with my paragraph description, it would auto-populate in here. My price, and then all of my contact information is in here as well. But you'll notice that if I mouse over these, they're editable still. So if I want to edit my text, I just click on the text field. I get a little text editor over here. If I want to edit this text, I can just click in here and type. I should probably mention that this listing is in Austin, Texas. Right, there we go. And I have a few basic editing functions that we give you. There's not a lot, right, because it's not a big space. We don't want people going crazy and wrecking the design. So we let you do a few things. You can highlight your text and change the font size if you want it bigger or smaller. You could center it. Maybe you want it to be centered. You can change the color of the font. You can make it italic, bold, that kind of thing. And if I hit save, I'm going to see my changes over here automatically. There it is. Beautiful. One more thing that we just added in for people. If you have a list of things like this list here, I can come in here and maybe I want to delete a couple things. Maybe I want to type in my own stuff. I can change the line height. So if I select this and I want to space it out a little more, like 1.8, it's going to space it out a little more. I can hit save and it's going to render it and I can see how that looks. There we go. And again, just like with the image fields, if there's a text field that you don't want on here, maybe for this listing, I don't want anyone to see the price. I want them to phone me to get the price. This is a really exclusive listing. I can just click in this field. Up pops the text editor. I delete my text, hit save. It's going to render it, and that text will be gone. If I want to bring that text back, I just mouse over it. It's still there. I can click to bring it back. I can type in whatever I want here. Okay, so even though this says for sale, I could put in for lease. I could put open house. I could put, any headline I want in there. So we assume what you probably want in the flyer by auto-populating with the stuff we think you're going to want in there, but you can edit this stuff. You don't have to go with what we've got. Okay, so for the most part, if you filled in all your stuff ahead of time, other than dragging and dropping your images over, it's really quick to make a flyer. Okay, there's a few more options you can do on this page. So under the options menu, we've got our photos. If I had floor plans, they would show up here, which I think I do. Yep, I could drag and drop a floor plan in here instead and show that. Again, my headshots and logos, I have the opportunity to upload them, download them. If I didn't upload them before, I can upload them now. If I didn't have them in my account, they'll show up here so I can drag and drop a headshot. If I want a different headshot, I can just drag and drop a different headshot. Whoops. No, shoot. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to slow it down. Headshots and logos, PDFs. If I have a PDF that I want to use because I've chosen the blank template, I just upload my PDF. Okay, so that's all the media that goes into flyers. Next up is subject. You have to have a subject when you send out an e-flyer. It's just like when you send someone an email. Usually you're going to type in a subject at the top of the email so they know what it is the email is about so they can reply to it. You want to do the same thing with your e-flyer. You want to put something in there that's enticing, like, I don't know, whoops, again, my typing is terrible. Something like amazing family house, whatever, something like that. You guys are the experts, you're the real estate agents. Type in something that's going to get people interested and wanting to open your flyer. Do not put in exclamation marks, right? Doesn't matter how excited you are, these are a flag for spam. So just avoid any kind of punctuation like that and you're good to go. Hit save the subject, it's saved. So you've done that, okay? Also, additional links. So just like the virtual tour, you can add additional links to your e-flyer. That just means that when the e-flyer lands in someone's inbox, they can click on it. And typically when they click on it, they're going to view that virtual tour that we just made, right? The single property website. So we are assuming that that is what you want to happen. So to save you time, we've put in a link already. View the virtual tour, and here's a link to that virtual tour you made. If you're happy with that, you don't have to do anything. But you don't have to use our virtual tour. Maybe you don't want the e-flyer to link to anything. Then you can just delete this and the e-flyer just shows up in their inbox. You click on it, nothing happens. Maybe you make your virtual tours with a different company. Again, that's great. Go for it. We don't mind. You can then type in whatever you want. These fields are editable. You can leave it as view the virtual tour. You can copy and paste your link to your other virtual tour in here. Hit save. If you want to have the virtual tour plus you want to add a link, maybe you want visit my website. And then your website is whatever, jana.com. Maybe you want to add a link, something like, right, welcome to Austin, or there's a specific website to a specific neighborhood about schools and all that kind of stuff you want them to have. You can put that in there. I've got 3 links here. I don't think there's a limit to how many links you can add, right? But you're probably not going to want more than 3 or 4. I can add additional links here. I just hit save. Okay, if I ever change my mind, I can delete them. These fields are editable. It's all good. Okay, so links. Next up is social media. So if I click on social media, these are the social media sites that I already had set up in my account. Remember, I put those links in there. If you haven't already done that, then there'll just be nothing here. And you can go back here and add the links. But you don't have to. Social media is totally optional. If you don't want your social media stuff showing up in your flyers, you don't have to do that. This is just optional. Okay? All right, that's it for the edit template page. Next up is view proof. We can either hit continue or we can go here, use the navigation bar, view the proof. All right, this is where I take a moment and say to everybody, please, please, please take 5 minutes and proof your flyer before you send it out. You would be utterly amazed at the number of people who contact us in a total panic because they've just blasted out an e-flyer to 5,000, 6,000 people, and there's a big fat mistake in it. People have sent out open house flyers and they forgot to put the date of the open house or the time. People have sent out flyers and there's a big fat spelling mistake in, the street name, or they didn't put their phone number, or it's their old phone number. Anything can happen. And once you blast it out, if you call us, sometimes we can go into the queue and cancel it. And then you can go in, fix it, and we'll blast it out again. No problem. We can't always do that though. Right? Some days are busier than others and there'll be a queue and then we can maybe get it if you call us quickly enough. Some days there might not be anyone ahead of you in the queue, or you don't notice the mistake until you've already done the blast and someone calls you and says, hey, Jana, you didn't put this in your flyer. Did you not notice? Anyway, if you make a mistake and need to fix it, you can always come back in, fix it. We will let you do a reblast free of charge. We don't charge you for a second blast if you made a mistake. But the issue is that it just does not look good to your peers and other agents and whoever else you may have sent this to, right? Plus they're gonna get 2 back-to-back flyers from you in their inbox and they don't know which one's right, which one's wrong. It's confusing. So if that wasn't enough of a lecture, please bear with me, take a few minutes, view your proof. Okay, this is basically what the e-flyer is going to look like in someone's inbox. Here's our subject. We just put this at the top so you can see it. Here's the e-flyer. Looks good, beautiful. Down here at the bottom are links. So I can click on the tour itself and watch the virtual tour, or sorry, yeah, the e-flyer and watch the virtual tour, or I can click here and watch the virtual tour. I can click here and visit the website. I wonder what my website looks like. Let's click on it. I just did jana.com. Either way, you can click on the links and test them to see if they actually go to where you're supposed to. Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere because it's fake. Welcome to Austin. Maybe that will go to, oh, there we go. There is an austin.com. Okay. So test all your links, click on everything. Here's my social media. Make sure everything is the way you want it to be. Okay, here's my contact information at the bottom again. Okay. If I need to make changes, I can jump back to the edit template. If you want to cover your butt even more, you can client proof it. I want to send this to Bob, my client, and get his eyes on it and get him to sign off on it. So I can put Bob's email address, put some message in there for Bob. Bob, I'm going to send this out tomorrow morning. What do you think? Are you good to go? And then send a proof. And Bob's just going to get a picture of the flyer so he can look at it and see. And then he can say, I love it, send it out. Or he might say, ooh, I don't love that picture. If I need to edit it further, I just edit it further. It brings me back to edit template. I drag and drop a different picture, go back to view proof, send it back to Bob. You know what I mean? Get eyeballs on it, whether it's your eyeballs or your clients. Make sure it's good to go. Once it is good to go, you're going to go to distribution. Okay, this is the last step, everybody. We're almost done. Okay, the distribution page. You can send out your e-flyers in 2 different ways. Most people will use our map blast tool, okay, because it's really easy and you can choose a geographical area and then the e-flyer is going to go out to every agent in our database that is inside this geographical area. To make your life easy, we automatically plunk your listing and then create a target area around it. And then over here on the right, you can see that Area 1 has just over 8,000 agents. It's going to cost me $49.89 to blast this out. Okay, you see that? The other option is to add your own contacts. And you can do both. You can do either or you can do both. So let's say we're going to do the map blasting tool because we like that one. This is a pretty big area. 8,000 agents is a lot of agents. If I want to be more specific, I can reduce the size of this by just clicking on these little handles and changing the size of it. Okay, the lines have to be straight. Unfortunately, we can't draw an exact area, but you can make it rectangular, square, zoom it in, that kind of stuff. Every time I change this over here on the right, my numbers have changed. Ooh, now there's only 513 agents. So that is a very targeted hit. Maybe I'm happy with that. Maybe this listing, for whatever reason, will appeal to people up here, but I also want to hit a few people in Austin. I can add an additional target area. So we're going to create a target area, put it right next to your first one so you can see it. I can zoom out because this is a Google map, move the map up, click on the target area, drag it, plunk it over Austin. Over here on the right, area number 2, 3,263 agents. Great. I can also zoom way out and I can hit 3 different cities. Maybe I want to hit San Antonio, Dallas, maybe I want to hit Houston, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to do like 4 different blast areas. Maybe for some reason this listing is going to appeal to people from out of state who are going to move here for a job at a specific big company that's going up in Dallas, and I want to advertise it in Dallas, and I also know that people are going to be moving from wherever, California, to come and, everything. I have seen it all. In all my years at Realtour, I've seen it all. The majority of people just do 1 blast area, but every once in a while you get people who might have 5, 6, 7. It doesn't matter. You can have as many blast areas as you want. If you change your mind and you're like, you know what, I don't want to send this out to Austin. I just want to do an initial blast to this area. There's always an X beside everything. If you make a mistake, you can always just get rid of it and start again. Or I can just get rid of that and I'm going to do a slightly bigger hit here. Oh, now we're right up to 1,427 agents. Okay, so you get the idea. This is really easy to use. Okay, that's the Map Blast tool. I can also add contacts, okay? Anybody else who maybe is not in this area, or maybe they're not a real estate agent, but I want my clients and I want my favorite clients, I want people that I do other jobs with to also get this flyer, I can add their email addresses here. I can type them in one at a time. I can copy and paste them in here if I want. If I have them in an Excel spreadsheet, I can upload a CSV of that Excel spreadsheet. All the names are going to show up in here, and then I can blast this out to everybody on the map and these contacts. If I think I'm probably going to be sending out to the same people over and over again, I can also upload all my people, type them in, and then I can give this distribution a name, the distribution list a name, and hit save. And then these are all distribution lists that I have saved over the years. Maybe I've got my gold star clients, all my Realtour clients, anybody. I can save this list, and if I want to add this list, I just tick. I've got 2,100 people on this specific list. I'm going to tick it, and then my e-flyer is going to go to everybody on the map blast and the contacts that I put in here. Okay? So it's, again, super easy to use. And maybe you don't want to use the map blast. Maybe you just want to send this out to your personal private list. Then just delete the target areas and send it out to the people on your list. You can use one or the other or both simultaneously. Okay? There's only one more thing on this page. Bear with me. Set a send date. This is optional. So typically, once you put your flyer into your shopping cart and as soon as you pay for it, it automatically enters the queue immediately, and it will go out as soon as it gets its turn in the queue. And depending on the day of the week, that might be immediately, it might be in 15 minutes. You might be behind someone who's doing a massive blast to like 50 or 60,000 people, but it will go out typically within the hour or so, depending how busy it is. However, you might not want that. That's the default, that it goes out immediately. You may want to make your flyer today, but then you want it to go out tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, right? If that's the case, just click tomorrow, choose the time. Let's say early morning. And then don't forget, you still have to add it to the shopping cart and pay for it. If you simply do this and then leave, it's not going anywhere, right? We're not going to blast it out until you pay for it. Okay, so if you want to do this, go for it. Add it to the shopping cart. Add the order to the cart. Again, it's a little slow. Okay, once again, we're in our shopping cart. We get a chance to have a quick look. This was the listing. This was my subject. This is who I'm sending it to from the map blast. I didn't add any of my own contacts, otherwise they would show up. It's going out tomorrow, early morning. Oh, look, I get my 25% discount, and you guys will all get that 25% discount. And there's the order total. You have to pay for it before it goes out, okay? I've had people wondering why they didn't get their e-flyer, and I log into their account and it's sitting in the shopping cart. And for some reason, who knows, maybe they sent it to the shopping cart and then they got a phone call, right? We're constantly interrupted these days. I feel like I'm losing my mind most of the time. So it can happen. You have to pay for it before it goes out. Now I'm going to delete this out of the shopping cart because I have sent out fake flyers before and it was a total nightmare. Okay, back to the dashboard. So we've just gone through photo shoots, virtual tours, e-flyers. We're pretty much at the hour-and-a-half mark. Print materials. I'm going to just very quickly click on this. We're not really going to go through it in major detail. The only reason why is because it is exactly the same as making an e-flyer, except at the end, you don't blast it out, you just download a PDF. Again, we land on the page with all our listings. We can choose an existing listing, which I'm going to do to save us time. Let's click on Create New. Okay, exactly same back end as the e-flyer. Same property details, same existing. I have the same template library. The only difference is that in addition to the single-sided 8.5 by 11, we have double-sided 8.5 by 11. We have brochure templates that are the 11 by 17. You print them on those and then you fold them in half. And then we have jumbo postcards and small postcards. All of the categories are the same, although there are fewer of the print material templates, and that's largely just because most of our clients go digital, right? They either have someone else they'll either just make a double-sided flyer that they download and print for their open house, or they have a company like you guys do that they can do their own jumbo postcards through, whatever. So we don't have as many templates. The only difference is that let's go to double-sided. Let's just click on one. Let's just click on this one for the heck of it. When you're in the editor, Oh, come on. When you're in the editor, you're going to have a tab. You've got the front and the back. So I can drag my image over. It works exactly the same. This one has a lot more image fields. I hit save. There, they look beautiful. I can mouse over and change all my text if I want to, but everything is auto-populated. If I want to hit the back, I've got a back button. Front flyer, back flyer. I hit the back, now I'm on the back. There's my image fields, there's the rest of my information. I can do all that good stuff. Let's just drag some pictures over super quick. You guys are going to be much more thoughtful about this than I am because you're going to be spending time doing it. There we go, finished. View the proof. Okay, with print material, it is every bit as important to view the proof because once you print this, you can't change it, not without reprinting a whole bunch. So it's probably just as important as sending out an e-flyer. Proof it before you get it printed, okay? If you're happy with it, again, you can send it to your client, you can complete your order. If you've already done an e-flyer blast or booked a photo shoot or purchased a virtual tour, you get to use our print creator for free. In which case, when you land on this page, you just download. If you're only using us for print material, and this sometimes happens, it's getting rarer and rarer, but if you only use us for print material, you for $9.99 per listing, you can make as many pieces of print for that listing. So if you set up your listing and want to make 10 flyers, a brochure, 10 postcards, it's just $9.99. There's one flat rate. And in which case you would have an add order to shopping cart button. But we don't have that because this is my listing that I've already done photo shoot, virtual tour, e-flyer for, so I get to download a PDF of my flyer, okay? So that's the only difference. The editor, everything's the same. You just can't add links to it, obviously, because it's not digital, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm jumping back to the dashboard page. So that was a lot of information coming at you guys. I apologize, an hour and a half worth of information, but I hope that it made sense and that you saw that there's a lot of repetition in our products. And I know it might seem boring, but I'm telling you, through years of trial and error and building stuff and getting feedback from clients, our clients who've been with us for literally 15 to 20 years, a lot of them, like everything simple. KISS is our motto. Keep it simple, stupid, okay? And all our clients love that, and we keep it simple. Oh, one more thing before I forget. That question about when we were chatting about how people use the same flyer over and over again because they want some brand recognition. We also can customize templates or design a custom template for you to use. So depending, some of our clients will choose a favorite template in our library and they just want us to customize it a bit. Like they want us to change the background color so it matches their logo. They maybe want the image fields to be a little bit bigger and they want all of their contact information just be embedded into the background so they never have to edit it. You can pay us to customize. I think it's $19.99 to customize an existing flyer, and then I will load it into the library, and because you've paid for it, I can give you and only you access to a customized template. Some people want a whole custom one, and then it's like $50 to do the whole thing, and we can design a whole fancy one for you. And again, if you pay for it, I can load it into a category that is specific only for you, and you can use it over and over again. Nobody else, and it's not like $50 and you get to use it once for that one listing. It will be in your library mixed in with your templates for you to use forever. Okay, so that's also a good option if you want all your branding stuff to match and if you want to stand out a little bit from the crowd. Okay, I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Oh, one more thing. If you're just learning how to use Realtour, you can log in to your account and you can do what I just did. You can create a fake listing. You can upload some pictures from anywhere. You can make a flyer. You can practice making a virtual tour. Did you notice that I went through all of this and not once did I pay for anything? Even when I sent something to the shopping cart, I just deleted it out of the shopping cart. So if you want to practice, go for it. I make fake stuff all the time to test things, to practice, to see how they look. You don't actually have to pay. You're only going to pay when you've created something that you want to keep. That's the only thing you pay for. And again, you don't pay to have a Realtour account. You can create your accounts for free, all that good stuff. Okay, I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask?
No. Again, thank you so much, Jana. We really appreciate it. And anybody that does want access to this, again, keep in mind you do get the discount by getting set up through your rep. So whether that's Angeline, me, John, or anybody. So if you are interested, just feel free to reach out. We'd love to set you up. And Jana's always a great help going through the process, and she's a great trainer as well. So Jana, thank you again for teaching the class.
You guys are welcome. You can reach out to me. It's just Jana@Realtour.biz or Michael@Realtour.biz. So if I'm not there, Michael is manning the system 24/7 if you need help. And if you ever want to jump on a webinar just with me because you want to go through something, we can do that. You can also go to the help and support page. And here is a video on how to order the photo shoot, make the tour, send out the e-flyer. And the video is literally me doing one of these webinars by myself, just recording it, going through every single step. So you can watch these as well. And like I said, I will post this recording that we just did now onto YouTube, and I'll send the link to Adrian and he can send it out to you guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shannon.
All right. You're welcome, guys. Have a great day. It's almost the weekend.
I know.
Yeah,
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.